Hi, I'm Mark Salisbury at TuitionFit, and today I'm really pleased to be joined by Jennifer Severini Krescock from Northeast PA Career and College Counseling. Um, Jennifer, tell me how you got into this kind of work.
Sure. Thanks, Mark. Thanks for having me. I actually was a high school counselor for 20 years, and
Oh,
um, at the toward the end of that 20 years, I just wasn't finding it to be fulfilling anymore. I felt like I wanted to go deeper and help my students more, and I just couldn't do it in that environment. So I started my own practice about almost 10 years ago, and we're going strong.
wow. That's kind of a fun jump. I'll bet that as you started to do that work and you started to work with families, you really get to understand the situation that the families are in and where they're coming from. Where does price transparency become important for you in the work you do?
Really, I mean, it's important to start with something like that because you have students who are building their college lists, and sometimes when they're getting those college profiles and they see that price tag, and mom and dad gasp. The student even kind of looks a little scared. So I feel like it's important to start with that, and be upfront about it and show them, is this going to be worth it?
Yeah, and it works in sort of two directions, doesn't it? Sometimes the student sees the price tag and they should see that price tag and think twice. And other times, the actual price that student would get isn't close to that price tag, and you don't want that student scared away.
Exactly.
So
Very often.
tell me an experience that you've had where you've used TuitionFit with a family to help them in some way.
So I guess the latest opportunity that I had to use Tuition Fit, I had a student who was looking at all pretty high end schools, and we were able to go on to Tuition Fit and take a look at what other students' families were paying for the school, and they were able to realize that maybe it wouldn't be as bad as they thought. So that was like a realization, that there was a possibility. It's a private school, that there was a possibility that the student could earn scholarship money, and there were other ways that they were going to be able to pay for it. So Tuition Fit opened their eyes to that opportunity, and I think it made it a lot less stressful for the family and for the student.
That's phenomenal. That's exactly why we tried to build this project, is to help students and families get through all that fog and stress. Thank you so much for sharing that story. It's so wonderful to chat with you again, and I'm so pleased that you're being able to use TuitionFit with your students.
My pleasure, and thank you for having me.